Our theme is Atlantic Canada. And I thought, you know what? We're going to do some music. We're going to listen to some East Coast music like this. I love East Coast music, okay? So we're going to learn a little bit about Canadiana today, okay? So Atlantic Canada includes these provinces: New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, which is this itty-bitty island down here. And then we've got Newfoundland and Labrador. Okay, this is one province here. Okay, that's why it's the same color. So this is Atlantic Canada, in case people kind of get a little bit confused, or we call it the East Coast. Okay, because if we take a look at the cardinal directions, this is on the east. British Columbia is on the west. Okay, this is north, and then this is south. Okay, so we're going to take a look at some of the things that the East Coast is known for. And one thing that the East Coast is known for, because they're surrounded by water, is the beautiful lighthouse. The lighthouse. Isn't that gorgeous? I love the lighthouse. Now, I've seen many lighthouses in my time because my mom is from the East Coast. She's from Newfoundland. So we've driven out there so many times, and I've visited all the eastern provinces. And there's just such a beautiful way of life, beautiful people, very kind, and it's a little bit of a slower pace than here in the Toronto area. We're kind of seems to be always busy pre-COVID, but in the East Coast, it just has like such a nice, relaxing feel to it. Like just like taking a look at this beautiful photo of this lighthouse here. Okay, you'll notice that there is a red light on the top of it, okay? And there's a person always working in these lighthouses at all hours. The reason for the lighthouse is kind of like a traffic system of the seas, okay? So when it's dark and ships can't see, okay, well, where's land? You don't want the ships to crash into the land, so therefore they have lighthouses all along the coastline in order to guide the ships. Okay, just for safety reasons. But they're also amazing when it comes to art. A lot of artists take beautiful photos of these lighthouses, and they also paint these lighthouses. And that's what we're going to be doing today. So here's a beautiful lighthouse. Here's another one. I love it. They're usually white and red. They're both very bright colors in order to catch the attention of the ships, whether usually if it's in the daytime. But at nighttime, the little light lights up at the top here where the glass area is, and at the top here. So it's quite bright. Okay, this is absolutely beautiful. Just gorgeous. Now, there's a lot of lighthouses that aren't in operation anymore, but you can visit them as kind of like a tourist attraction. And ta-da! This is what Mrs. Anstey painted yesterday when I was in the classroom. I always like to do a practice session. This is what we're going to be painting today, my friends. So this is Mrs. Anstey's lighthouse, okay? So I'm going to be doing it step by step with you. Notice the border once I took off the tape, how you can see this this border here, and it just looks professional that way. This is just regular paper, believe it or not, okay? But the paints I used and the technique makes it kind of look like it's on maybe a canvas, but it's not. So this is what we're going to be doing today. All right, so I'm going to get off of presentation mode, and then I'm going to start this lesson. Now, the first thing that you're going to be doing is you're going to be drawing the middle ground. Remember before we talked about foreground, middle ground, background, okay? So you're going to be sketching a line just below halfway. So you're just going to be sketching this line. It doesn't have to be straight. If you want to use a ruler, you can, but you don't really need to do that. I kind of discourage rulers when it comes to freehand abstract art, okay? But you can, because the tape is actually going to go over this, believe it or not, okay? So this is going to be your middle ground, okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to sketch your foreground. Now your foreground, so this is your middle ground. This is what you just sketched. Your foreground is going to be the beach area, okay? Okay, and then you've got the water right here, okay? So this is, the water is actually the middle. This is the background, okay? It's going to kind of, you're going to kind of start here. Some of your lighthouses might be on a little bit of a hill. Just kind of go down a little bit, and then you can kind of go up. So I'll make this a little bit darker so everyone can see. There we go. Miss Armstrong, can you see that okay?
Yes, I can, thanks.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay, so we've got a line in the middle, and we've got this is where our sand is going to be, our sand dune. Okay, this is going to be the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, my friends. Very, very cold ocean. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to be drawing the actual lighthouse. Your lighthouse is going to start on your sand line right about here. Okay, so I'm going to, and remember, everyone's is going to be different. So I'm going to draw mine. I'm going to maybe stop it right about there. Okay, because you want to have room for the top part. Then I'm going to put a line right here. And then I'm going to make this part come out. This is like a forward slash, and this is like a back slash right here, and then cap it off. Just like that. Now, not all lighthouses have these, but I kind of like the look of the bars. I just maybe put like 3 little bars like that. And the top part, you're going to kind of draw like a little kind of tip like this. You'll see lots of this in different architecture, especially in different temples of different religions. You'll notice that you see this. I guess I don't really know what it's called. Miss Armstrong, do you know what that's called? There's like a name in architecture.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Turret, but
yeah. Like the Taj Mahal has it.
Yes.
Right? But it's obviously way bigger. Anyways, we'll just call it the cool thing. I don't know. Okay. So there's that. It's a little cool, like little whoop, alley-oop up, alley-oop down, and there you go. Again, likely this is going to be covered with paint. It depends on how thick your paint is, but it's for you to kind of visual. I can see mine a little bit once I do it. Okay,
Sorry
guys?
to interrupt, Miss Nancy. I looked it up, and it says it's called a dome, also known as the onion dome.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because it looks like an onion.
Yeah, oh, my goodness. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you learn something new every day, right?
Don't you? Right.
That's amazing. Okay, so we're done. Believe it or not, you might be thinking, well, what about all the different details and stuff? Well, just wait, okay? So now what you're going to do is you're going to get your tape. You're going to put tape like on and below this middle line here, okay? So you're just going to go like this. And you're going to just kind of cover it. Just like that. All right. Hopefully everybody's caught up. Again, if you're not caught up and you're feeling overwhelmed, please don't. I will post the video today, I promise. And I'll post last week's video as well. If you want to just kind of sit and watch and then do it later, that's totally fine. But if you're behind, I just want you to have fun today. That's all. Okay, guys? All right. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is you're going to be getting different shades of blue. So I have 1, 2, 3, and then a white. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to squirt some blue, just kind of like this. Just like that. Just like that. Doesn't matter if it's messy. That's what's fun about this. And the final one is going to be 2 lines of white. Boom. Now, what you're going to be doing is you're just going to start blending. And you're just going to go over top. And don't worry if you can't see it anymore. Some of you might be able to see it come through, but don't worry about that. Because we're going to be just doing that with white paint, and I'll guide you through that. See how nicely that blends? So I'm playing music from the East Coast, which reminds me of my family. I'm going to add just a little bit more blue over here. If you need more, you just keep on, just squirt it right on. And then we're going to add some more white, just to kind of have a little bit more cloud coverage. So remember, just, you can go over the tape a little bit, but don't go on the bottom part. Okay, that's going to be the ocean. I'm going to squirt a little bit more white. I remember when I was little, my parents would listen to this song. It's called Rattling Bog. Listen how it goes a lot quicker. Oh my gosh, how are they breathing? Listen, it's crazy, eh? But I love it.
Yeah.
So it starts off very slow, and then it just gets so fast. And I remember thinking when I was growing up, what are my parents listening to? I mean, this is really different. And then I really appreciate different music, especially when I get older, and I appreciate it because it's where I come from and my roots. And just like maybe, you know, your parents listen to a certain type of music from where they're from, and you maybe when you were younger or right now you're thinking, what's going on here? This is definitely not Taylor Swift sounding. But when you're older, you will appreciate your heritage and where you come from.